Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Got another episode of Twitter Trash for you. This one's going to be pretty light. It's going to be pretty fun. It's not going to be too lengthy. Should be just perfect. But before we get into all that, I got to give a shout out to today's sponsor, and that is Bespoke Posts. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club delivering awesome boxes of top shelf goods from under the radar brands. It's free to join and you can skip a month or cancel at any time. Every month they introduce their members to cool and new products, outdoor gear, barware, home and kitchen goods, clothing, and more, even live oysters. All you have to do is fill out a preference quiz and they'll let you know which box fits your personality. Every box has about $70 worth of goods in them, but it's only going to cost you a fraction of the value. And before it's shipped, you'll get a preview of what comes inside to decide if you want to keep it, swap it for a different box, or skip the month entirely for no charge. Bespoke Post sent me the Forge, the Bullseye, and the Wet boxes. The Forge box came with this beautiful Damascus steel knife, has this beautiful wooden handle with these brass pins, and it comes with a nice leather sheath. The Bullseye comes with 3 balanced throwing knives, has a sheath to contain all 3 of them, and it comes with a target as well so you can actually practice your throwing. And the Wet box, which is awesome because it comes with their whetstones to keep your blade sharp along with the oil so you can get that perfect edge. So if you're ready to grab some of these awesome boxes, click the link in the description and use code SomeBlackGuy20 to get 20% off your order, or you can go to bespokepost.com/SomeBlackGuy20. Much obliged, Bespoke Post. Love the items, really love this knife, can't wait to get more.
Supreme victory!
So this first tweet is going to be all about Twitch, because Twitch is always in the news, and whenever Twitch is talked about, it's always bad. It's unfortunate. It's such an unfortunate platform. So many people are a part of it. I mean, I used it back in 2017 and I wasn't really feeling it, so I haven't really gone back to it. But I've been thinking about it, and then every time I think about it, something stupid happens. Like, so you already had the whole thing about the pay with the partners and stuff, and they're getting shafted, and it's like, oh man, that sucks. And then TwitchCon just passed recently, and they had a little ball pit. Not a ball pit, I shouldn't call that, a foam pit. Yeah, one of their partners, she broke her back. So as you can see, she's just in the foam pit on the platform, does that little thing, and then, you know, oopsie doopsie, and then she just can't get up. She is falling as she can't get up, like that good old Life Alert. And yeah, man, it's pretty serious. So she tweets this out and says, well, I broke my back in 2 places and I'm getting surgery to put a meter rod in for support today. Send your support. When it rains, it pours, and I am definitely feeling the rain right now. And she's not the only person who got injured in that foam pit. There's actually a person that she tweeted out saying my friend Loch Ness dislocated her knee in this thing. So yeah, there's a few casualties. I didn't see a ton or anything. There's probably a lot of people that weren't doing that in the first place, but there was quite a few injuries. And yeah, this chick, she was a former porn star turned Twitch streamer. She got hurt pretty badly. She had a pretty big audience, and so people were very mad and upset, and they felt really bad for her. And she had a quick update too about her condition. So surgery went well, 5 hours, 30 minutes, more fusions than expected, bones completely crushed, and nerve damage to my bladder. Hopefully I'll be able to pee again in the near future. No more squirting probably. Oh jeez. Had some bleeding around the bone, but overall doing good. So what the hell is gonna happen with Twitch, man? Because people are like pointing the blame at a lot of people. There's even some people like myself that, you know, it's not the nicest thing to do, but when you look at like these foam pits or anything like that, you're like, nah, bruh. Like, I just feel like I'm like, immediately nah. And I was also trying to think like, well, didn't they feel how shallow this thing is? Because I don't see how you can get into it without like feeling how it is and getting on those platforms. And I'm not trying to victim blame per se, because right, the people that are building it should build it well, and they obviously dropped the ball like completely. But I made a point on my podcast, the Snark Tank, that I don't go on carnival rides for the same reason. The people that are usually designing these things or putting them together, building them, they're not like top dollar paid people to make sure this stuff's all well and good, you know. There aren't these inspectors coming around to make sure everything's all perfect, right? Like, say, if you need to build houses and buildings, more on average, you're gonna have people with way more things and regulations and you know, put in than like say this foam pit at a convention or like say carnival rides. So I don't do carnival rides, and I mean, you've all seen all the footage. I mean, hell, I just saw this today. So I got to talk about this a little bit. Kanye has been going kind of insane, of course, but some people think maybe, oh, it's strategic. He's, and I kind of have to agree with the strategic thing, you know, a little bit on the latter, because obviously he has mental health issues, but at the same time, he knows what he's doing. He's marketing to people that need to be swagged out, that need some gear. And so, like, the whole MAGA movement and everything, right? Trump sold them all these hats, and he's like, bro, I'm gonna sell some hats, I'm gonna sell some shirts, I'm gonna sell some this and this and that, and they're gonna buy it. And that's what he's done. So he's got the, you know, the White Lives Matter things, and just things that will obviously appeal to this demographic, and it's working very well. But then he's kind of doing some of the stuff that makes me think, like, well, maybe is crazier than I think. But then at the same time, there's also been like prominent leaders that have gone off and said some very anti-Semitic things. So I'm not too surprised. It's like people are very shocked, but I'm not as shocked as other people are kind of shocked, right? So what am I talking about? Kanye tweeted out a lot of things, but here's one thing he said in particular. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew also. You guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who ever opposes you. And it's like, okay. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. There's so much wrong with this, and it's like, it's one of those things that, you know, it got taken down, and it's obvious why it got taken down. It's like, bro, you got to be careful with this language. A lot of people were very upset with it, obviously. They're obviously upset because there was something that happened not that long ago, you know, within a lifetime of a person, where a lot of Jewish people died. I don't know, what is it called again? The Holocaust? Yeah, that's it. You know, so when people say things like this, you know, DEFCON 3, you know, that's not, obviously, it's not what he meant, but we know people are not happy, and it's like, bro, you need to chill. I don't know if you're trying to reach other people with this or if you're being genuine. Either way. Chill. Speaking of other tweets that don't look good, so I'm sure a lot of you know who Matt Walsh is. He's, you know, notorious bigot, and he put out a documentary recently called What is a Woman, and that people like Joe Rogan are praising and stuff, which actually kind of disappoints me, but that's a story for another day. But I want to focus on this tweet that he put out that I feel like is very dangerous, and is kind of shocking that, as far as I'm concerned, last time I checked, it's still up. I believe that gender ideology is one of the greatest evils in human history. There is nothing they can threaten that would make me back down from this fight. I'd rather be dead than surrender to this madness. It's as simple as that for me. 32,000 likes at the time that I screenshotted it. And why this is so dangerous, just swap out the word gender with anything else. So we just talked about Kanye's tweet, right? Instead of saying gender ideology, say Jewish ideology. All of a sudden, Matt Walsh is a huge anti-Semite. He's taken down. He probably loses his platform. But because a lot of people, especially normies, have not really taken this gender thing so seriously, they don't understand how dangerous this rhetoric is. There's people, just gender people, fluid people that just have all those stupid genders. There's trans people that fall under this that will be attacked because of this type of rhetoric. He's saying they're one of the greatest evils. Just people who are changing genders and stuff. How is that evil? There's nothing evil about it. It's just people doing stuff, right? Like, see, we respect people for their religions, even though religion has killed infinitely more people than anything ever in human history. But we respect people's religion. We respect the Scientology. We respect the Latter-day Saints. We respect all of that stuff, right?
Jesus came to the Americas to have sex with the Indians.
We live and let live. But then, for some reason, you just see this gender stuff, and he says it's one of the greatest evils ever. Like, you can't even say that about people's other religions. And a lot of them that are diametrically opposed to each other. People get really worked up about that stuff, and then here he is just saying this, and all of a sudden it's totally cool. At least it's cool enough to just be there and exist, and to have people get their feathers all ruffled up. And it's like, what do you think is going to happen with Matt Walsh's rhetoric? I mean, he was talking about that Boston Children's Hospital, and he was saying all this wild stuff, and then people called in bomb threats, and he was like, oh, I didn't do it. Basically not copping up to the dangerous rhetoric that's coming out to his mouth, that he's inspiring crazy people to take action, especially when you say people with the gender is the most evil thing. One of the most evil things? What do you think is gonna happen, bro? And you know, you have a lot of his fans like say, I believe most of America is behind you on this, and then, you know, you show a graph and the vast majority of Americans are fine. A lot of people are indifferent, and then there's just that small percentage of people like Matt Walsh that are like, their feathers are all ruffled and stuff, and like, this is the greatest evil in humanity. Evil! Let's switch it up to something a little bit lighter. So, you guys, there was this Christian app that launched called The Right Stuff. I was going to do a video about it, but then I kind of forgot. But I did find this. I thought this was pretty funny, because this was one of the girls that was advertising that app.
And what's the biggest red flag when it comes to dating?
No Democrats. So no.
And it says, women would rather pull their pants up to their tits than simply lose weight. And why this is so funny is because people found a picture of this guy that wrote the tweet, and this guy's fat as hell. How awesome is it? There's just something awesome about fat people just trashing other people for being fat. It's so delicious. So I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that a lot of women are getting so much plastic surgery that they're starting to look like aliens a little bit, or they look like sex dolls or something. They just look off. They don't look real anymore. As a matter of fact, that the girl that broke her back in Twitch, she posted a picture of herself recovering, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a real doll. That's not that's not a real person.
And I've decided that I want to die.
But anyway, somebody posted a picture of Gwen Stefani. I love Gwen Stefani, man. Tragic Kingdom, man, no doubt. I love that album. And then just to see where she is now, and I'm just like, eeh. So this guy writes, what is happening? Why is everyone morphing into these weird pufferfish lizard people? And that's not the interesting part. It's a reply to the tweet. They are secret transgenders, and they do the plastic surgery in an effort to cover up the male bone structure from looking more obvious. Unfortunately, it just makes the face unrecognizable instead. And I'm just looking at this woman, and I'm like, okay, she looks old enough to know who Gwen Stefani is, to have grown up with Gwen Stefani, being a no doubt huge band in the 90s and early 2000s, and then Gwen takes off and becomes a huge superstar herself. You have to know Gwen Stefani. She's looked like a woman the vast majority, like just a regular blonde woman or whatever. And all of a sudden I'm like, wait, so she's transgender now? Bro, these people are so obsessed with like gender stuff. Like the people who claim that gender ideology is some huge problem are the only ones who are obsessed with this stuff, man. It's nuts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last one. I don't know if this is real, but I just need to show you something, because you saw all those people freak out about the live action Air of the Little Mermaid. All the people that weren't even going to watch it and stuff, that people that they already know that the live action Disney movies have been subpar, and they're not even close to being as good as the originals. So you had the people just do the outrage porn. They're all trying to like just get all mad, like, oh, I actually do care that Ariel's black. Oh, my European heritage, my this, you know, whatever excuse they can come up with. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about any of that. The one thing though that did make my I'm like raise, like my eyebrows raise a little bit, and I'm like, there's no way this can be real. There's some pictures circulating around of what Flounder and Sebastian look like. And I'm just like, bruh, these look like Meat Canyon drawings. There is no way this can be real. Has not been confirmed or anything. It's not gone insanely viral, but I've seen enough of it to where I'm like, that is horrendous. Like, in every way, shape, or form. Like, that is infinitely more offensive than Halle Bailey being Ariel. Infinitely more, if that's true. It's probably not. Probably some people playing a joke. But I needed to bring it to you guys because goddamn. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Seemed pretty fun for me. I hope you had fun. Guys, leave a like. Share this bad boy. Leave some comments. Love you. And I'll see you in the next video very soon. Take care.